Fixxx on Dash Radio. Get the shit.
And we are bringing it back. And right now, Jasmin Cadavid. I said Cadavid.
God bless
Cadavid.
you.
Thank you. Jasmin Cadavid. I was it again. My bad. Jasmin Cadavid. She's here with us today. The beautiful young lady. She's an influencer with CBD and hemp. Go ahead and tell us more about that. Tell us what's up. What's good?
CBD.
So what's up, everybody? If you don't know my name already, I'm Jasmin Cadavid. I am a model, was 2015 Video Vixen of the Year. Entrepreneur, you know, I got the CBD line, the Jazzy CBD. I got rolling papers, Jazzy rolling papers. And I'm an artist as well. I'm a singer.
Yeah, we got to play one of her Trizak.
She got all them rolling papers and all that. You bring anything today?
Of course,
well, that's
of
what's
course.
up.
I
That's
can't
what's
come
up.
empty-handed.
So how's it being a woman in the game of weed and CBD and all that stuff?
Well, you know, in any business, being a woman, you have a little hurdles that you have to overcome and stuff. Just, you know, proving yourself and not being, you know, the stereotype. You know, if you look a certain type of way, sometimes, you know, you have a stigma that attaches to you. So, you know, that's the first thing is like, you know, proving who you are and what you bring to the table. But it feels good. It feels good because, you know, knowing that people always doubt you and you just doing what you want to do and what you love, it feels good.
So do you feel like you have to be really aggressive?
You know, sometimes, yeah, it calls to be aggressive sometimes, but, you know, I prefer to be shy, I guess.
Okay, so tell me about your rolling papers.
So, the rolling papers, I brought out the first pink FDA-approved paper. There's pink.
Congrats.
There's ultra thin, and there's brown, which is unbleached. They're all organic. The glue is non-cancerous. And ultra thin is basically essentially the thinnest paper you can smoke. You know, so they're very healthy papers. They're very smooth. They're slow burning. And that's what I prefer to smoke, being that I be singing. So I try to take care of my throat, you know.
So you never smoke blunts sometimes, you know, have your one wood once in a while?
Sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, a little dibble and dabble sometimes, but I prefer not to. It actually gives me a headache. Like, especially if I smoke,
Might as well smoke your
like
own
grabba
shit.
leaves or whatever. So it's just, it doesn't make me feel good, but I'll do it sometimes. Like, you know, if they pass it around, I'll hit it once.
So on your Instagram, I noticed you got, 2-3 million followers? Is that right?
I got 1.1.
Might as well
Just
just say
one,
2.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'll humble myself.
All right. So I know your DM's probably crazy.
Yeah.
So what's the craziest DM you ever got?
So to be honest, at this point, I don't open all of them.
When you did open them.
But you know, obviously we get the little dick flicks. You know, girls send stuff of themselves too.
Oh, okay.
But you know, it's flattering sometimes. I'm like, oh shit, girls like me too.
That's what's up.
Hell yeah. Now, this is my nigga right here. I'm just listening. But Jazz the shit, though. Yo.
Yeah.
I know Jazz for a minute. We got a lot of mutual family friends that we know. We family. You know what I mean?
Fam.
She a great representation of DGK for me. She did mad photo shoots.
Mm.
She got a crazy song, and she in the weed game. She an entrepreneur Negro out this bitch. You know what I mean? Did you bring it? We gotta pull her track up. Her shit hot though, yo. Yeah,
What's the name of your track?
Yeah, hell yeah. Last thing I put out is Strike a Pose.
Yeah, strike a pizzo.
Jasmin Cadavid.
I mean,
That's right, Cadavid.
pink papers and shit.
Cadet.
You gotta come
I
out
don't
with
know,
some
that
pink
had
weed,
a
yo.
little swing to it. Cadet. Cadavid.
Hey, I'm sick. You feel me? The cough drops are messing up my whole lingo, you know? So.
Man, I have hella allergies. I was on the way here, sneezing. So I feel you with the cold.
I like your hair, though. Your hair is really dope.
Thank you.
Is this usually your look, or you switch it up a lot?
I switch it up a lot. So I'll do like big wavy hair. I'll do really long straight or just regular straight. You know, I'll curl it up sometimes. And then I like doing the high ponytails and the pigtails, you know, giving something different because usually I'll have my hair down and big something.
Mm-hmm.
So I like switching it up a lot.
Where are you from? I feel like I hear an accent in your voice.
Yeah, probably. I'm from Miami.
Hey, that's what's up.
You gotta
Real
let 'em-
five
you gotta let
Dade
'em know-
County.
You gotta let them know
Hey.
your nationality, yo.
I'm half Colombian and half Guatemalan. As I said, from Miami, born and raised in Miami. I'm a Scorpio. My birthday's next week.
Lit.
Hey,
Lit.
okay.
Lit. No, Jazz been out for a minute though. Like Instagram like popping though. You feel me? Like
So
I knew about her before I even met her.
Oh, for real?
Which was pretty crazy. But then when I met her, we like locked in crazy, and she got the crazy hustle. Like she do her thing. Like a lot of people that probably wouldn't really know that because they just probably see like the Instagram shit, the beauty shit though. But she really out here like getting it, nigga. She pulled up to the crib with the S550 and shit. I'm like, oh shit, Jazz. She, you know what I mean? Like, you know, some bitches be faking it. You feel me? Like,
yeah, we had a couple past hosts on here that was faking it.
Well, we're not gonna talk about that.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, at the end of the day, like, I can vouch that she be really out here getting it though. Like, she a true hustler though, my nigga. She don't be about no like.
No foo-foo shit.
Yeah, she be
No
she on it though.
Let's talk about that track, Strike a Pose. What's the inspiration behind it before we play it for the listeners?
So Strike a Pose, you know, was really like an inspirational thing, you know, like a motivational thing for other women and really anybody. But, you know, it's for all shapes, all sizes, all colors. You know, you can be whatever you want to be. Like, you know, people, they're always going to talk about you. They're always going to say things about you or whatever. But, you know, no matter what they saying or what they doing, just keep doing you and make sure that you stunning on them. So, you know, strike a pose.
Look good doing it.
Yeah,
right?
look good doing it. You gotta
Right.
strike it real quick.
All right, so we about to play Strike a Pose for the listeners. Listen to the Fixx on Dash Talk app.
Over here striking poses and shit. I like that. Striking
Shit, we seen your Instagram. You stay striking poses. What you talking about?
No, that was a really strike. You guys are goofy. I'm not gonna play with y'all. But hey, that was hot.
Thank you.
Struck.
Is that on iTunes? I was over here trying to download it and stuff.
Yeah,
Wow.
oh yeah. It's on iTunes,
Just trying to download
Spotify, you know, anywhere.
Anywhere? Okay, that's
Yeah,
hot. The
badass
beat was
shit.
hot. Well, who did your beat?
Thank you. Sonaro and wow, I cannot believe I like have a brain fart of his name.
It's all good.
Do you remember his name? The other producer?
One of them niggas.
Well,
be hot.
one of
I
them.
mean,
But yeah, Sonaro's Mike Miles Miles Williams.
Okay.
Damn. Door number
Hey,
3.
no matter what,
Fuck
the
it.
shit was popping. So
Yeah.
that's all that mattered at the end of the day.
Anyway, look, it's
Hey,
about
love
your
it.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you being a female in the game, how you feel about females beefing when it's like so much talent? You know what I'm saying? And I think it could push females in the game further if everybody shows some unity. How you feel about that?
You know, I totally agree. I'm a type of person. I rather not jump. You know, if I don't feel froggy. But I do feel like a lot of people, you know, with the social media age and stuff, a lot of times they do this stuff because they know it brings attention,
Yeah,
you know,
tested.
and it's not like that's not really who you are. So why you acting like that?
Yeah.
But you know, bringing a power move is, you know, putting two power players together.
Yeah.
And really that's how people should move. But, you know, a lot of people don't see it like that, you know, and sometimes people, they might feel, you know, jealous or intimidated when you're competition for them instead of saying, you know what, let's try to make this something bigger than what it is.
Yeah, that's some real shit.
Let's call some hating ass shit.
Yeah, it's called hating that
Feel me?
shit.
We all go through it if you're trying to get to the top. But, I mean, it's really be everybody team. Because if your team don't like my team, but we can get along, it's like other niggas in the back that don't, you know what I mean, get along. And usually it's like whatever. But I like to see a good competition. I don't give a fuck. I don't rap.
Yeah.
So if it's two motherfuckers that's about to battle, I'm trying to be there with some fucking popcorn and shit. See who get that shit popping and who somebody gonna lose.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? Like on some hip hop shit, that's what hip hop about though.
Yeah.
Like I'm a fan. So if you scared, like, you know what I mean? Don't battle a nigga that you know that's gonna eat you the fuck up. Like, cause he gonna make you look stupid. Or she will too. So I think Nicki and Cardi B, I like that shit, yo. I really do. Cause Nicki ain't had no competition until Remy came along. But then
She didn't even go at Remy though. She bowed out after that.
Who?
That song when Remy went in on Cardi. I mean, went in on Nicki.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
She didn't even respond
Like
to that.
7
Cardi
minutes or
Cardi
something.
came right out. Yeah, Cardi came right out.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody give Remy no time. And plus, she ain't make no hit song. So
True.
you ain't really in the competition
Minute.
if you ain't making hit
Yeah.
songs, yo. It's like,
Yeah, but I feel like Cardi was just doing her thing. She wasn't really throwing shots at Nicki. Nicki's the one that kind of took the shit.
it's like Batman.
Personal,
It's like Batman and Superman. Like,
Yeah.
yo. I mean, Batman and the Joker. Like,
Yeah.
you need the Joker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Batman can't be Batman without the Joker.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
Everything is a negative and a positive.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh shit, now Nicki got competition. They both stepped their shit up, but they putting out hit songs.
Yeah.
Remy, she not even in the conversation no more, like on some lyrical shit.
Yeah, she doing on the reality shows though.
Yeah, you gotta make hit records.
Yeah,
I'm not here to watch TV. I'm here to listen.
I feel like that's what it's about. If
y'all,
if they beefing, like that's perfect. Put out the next record. Put out the next record. You know, I like one thing I don't like though is when people, you know, they beefing and they doing all this social media stuff. But y'all artists, why you not responding with a fire track and hit this bitch across the head? You know.
Well, we all listening. It's the numbers. Everybody's the anticipation, because both their numbers shot up once they start having competition, and they both making money.
How many artists you guys think like sit down behind closed doors and be like, let's do a fake beef and fuck motherfuckers' heads up, get these crazy numbers?
I can
you
see
know
that
what
with
I'm saying?
Cardi and Nicki.
Really?
And then
With
they go
them
on
two?
tour. I can see that. If them two went on tour, they would fuck shit up. I mean, look at Meek and Drake. Drake and Chris Brown. So if Drake is on a Chris Brown track and they do a video and they fucking with each other with good energy, that's a hit song.
Yeah.
Same thing with me.
That's true.
So squashing the beef is about the money.
Yeah.
So you build the beef up, and then you squash the shit, and everybody
make more
money.
records.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Honestly, I feel like that's the perfect little algorithm.
It's entertainment. Like, I mean, shit.
As long as it don't get to no Biggie and Pac level where people gotta lose their lives and
with
shit.
Tekashi, it will. But
yeah, he on some
he's
other
about to be
shit.
a
He's not a nigga though. He's not like a nigga
goner.
though. Like, we talking about real street hip hop shit from like real shit. Like that shit. Like he got a Ja Rule somebody before. Like, I mean, because he was on the same shit 50 was on, but 50 he Ja Ruled that nigga Ja Rule. You know what I mean? Like, he came up with the term and nigga got Ja Rule. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
But Tekashi walking around with a bunch of fucking
Mayweather security and shit.
Yeah, but he can't fight though. Like, niggas gonna pop at his helmet. Like, it's over. But everybody waiting for that, and that's his entertainment.
Yeah,
but when it comes to like hip hop, like battling, like, you feel me? Nigga in your face talking shit, talking about your grandmom or whatever the case may be. Like, that's what I want. That's what I want to buy into. And then, you know, walk away on some friendly shit. Like, oh, you know, fuck it.
Honestly, I be feeling like
battled anybody.
Like a female,
or they threw a shot at you and you had to say some subliminal back.
Yeah, we did a little battle. Nah,
smack the shit out of
let's battle right now. All right, put a beat on. Nah, I mean, I've had real fights and like real, I mean, outside
like
fights.
But
you be scrapping, huh?
It's like,
yeah,
I don't like to be like that. Like, and I don't like to portray myself that type of person either. But, you know, anybody that knows me knows that I can be a hothead and I will stand my ground.
But lyrically,
when I have to.
Could you do some lyrical battle shit? Like, if it was another female rapper that just threw a shot at you, who would you do?
If she leave me no choice, I ain't got no choice. I'm gonna fucking say what. I gotta come hit her hard across the head.
Listening. Like,
I'm like, let me think about this real quick.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Give me a
Nicki
second.
was up there eating, chilling. You know what I mean? Pedicures, man, flying around the world. Cardi B pop up. She like, oh, this bitch is making hit songs. Like, I gotta get to it. Yeah. But Nicki been coming with that heat though. Like, they both been putting out good music though. And that's really what I want to hear at the end of the day. I don't want to see nobody getting shot. I would love to see them rumble, but I mean,
they tried to at that fashion show. Cardi B
did. The teams.
I thought Cardi threw a shoe at her or some shit.
No, I think
wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Nicki.
I don't know what happened.
I think Nicki.
I know Nicki walked away like she was a boss though. That's what I do. And I heard Nicki was like, "Bitch, I'm above that, bitch."
Yeah, I think Cardi more gangster, man. Cardi more
she still
gangster.
had the projects and
Yeah,
like, you
that's
run
true.
up with a bitch at the fuck.
So y'all think Nicki still got that Queens in her? That
man, I don't want to hear about no Nicki. I want to hear about Jasmine.
Jazzy.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck Nicki. You feel me?
Hey, we fuck with Nicki.
Yeah, we fuck with her, but this ain't her day today.
True.
This
Right.
is Jasmine's day.
This is
This is Jasmine's day.
Let's talk about the album that track's gonna be on. What else can people look forward to being featured on that album? Is there gonna be any features? Any other producers you're gonna be working with? Anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. I have a couple features on there. I don't want to say who.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to spill the beans
You
and
gotta
say
get
it.
cleared.
You know,
Yeah.
but
You know what I mean?
but you know, I got some new producers on there. Ray Real, Mahez, Rude. You know, Sonara once again. You know, I'm looking forward to it. It's called Headaches and Heartbreaks.
That's a good title.
And
You rapping about weed?
I named it that. Not so much, really. I was talking more about, like the stuff I be going through internally. There's one song, In My Feelings. It's like I'm talking about, exterior hard, but the core is empty. And it's because, people always see these things on Instagram, or when you see somebody, it might look a certain way, or I'm always smiling, or I'm always go, go, go. But you don't really know what a person is really battling inside or what's really going on with them.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a couple of deep things. And then, heartbreaks. I'm a deep lover. I'm a strong lover. And, I be going through my thing with relationships and stuff just like anybody else.
How hard is it for you to date? You know what I'm saying? Because obviously you're not like the average chick. You got a high following, high fan base. You don't look basic, obviously. So if you're dating a lame-ass dude, that could be a lot of headaches for you when he can't handle dudes jocking you. And now females, too. So how do you deal with that, along with building your career with the music, the weed products, and all that stuff?
I would say dating for me is especially hard. Like I said before, the stigma on what you look like and the stereotype. It'd be hard for me to gain a lot of people's trust, I can meet somebody and I can show them 100% of me being genuine and, like show all my cards. But a lot of the times, people will just automatically think that you're this one type of way, or this is what you want, or you live your life like this. But, you got to take your time and get to know people. And I'm the kind of person where I expect things right away. Like, I want it when I want it. I will work as hard as I got to do to get it when I want it. But, I have learned, like, patience really is a virtue. And, if you really want someone or something, you got to take your time. It's not always going to be how you want it.
That's what's up.
That's true.
Yeah, people want you to be how they want you to be and shit. And
That's
so
some
they
good
be
boo
like,
advice.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's some good boo advice.
Yeah. We're going to make a segment on that. Right? Some good boo advice.
Now, pillow talking with boo advice.
Hell yeah.
I like that. I like that.
We're going to soundbite right there. You feel me?
Yeah. That's a short combo.
Back to the weed game, though, because you said you're from Florida, and I know Florida has come around. Miami specifically, I know Florida's coming around with the whole weed thing. And I think now, I don't know what the thing is now, but last time I was there, I think they were just selling like cartridges and like pins. Are they selling like bud now in Florida, or how'd you basically come up in the weed business? Did you like start as a bud tender or something, or like and just work your way up, or like? I just want to know, why y'all laughing?
I mean, that's a good question. Everybody starts somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere.
Look at Cardi. She was dancing, and everybody has their different hustles. I, of course, had my own hustles. I've been on my own since I was 15. I have worked a lot of different jobs. My first job ever, I was a telemarketer. I worked when I was like 16 years old. I was doing VIP bands for Sobe Live in South Beach. I was in and out of trouble a lot, and I've just had all different kinds of hustles. I've always been around the weed and marijuana, and when it started becoming legalized and stuff, people told me, like, yo, you should really get your own strand. And I had put it in my mind. I was like, damn, I really want my own strand. So I just kept working different events and meeting different people and seeing where my brand would fit in with something that I wanted. And I wanted originally, everything to be about making you better, making you more healthier. So I wanted to go for, more like a CBD strand when I first started, but I actually started off with a cannabis strain, the Jazzy Kush. Then I moved on to the CBD, which was last year. And, I mean, it's been rocking, like I just keep pushing. Yeah, just keep pushing, doing different events and being where I got to be at.
Yeah, I saw, I checked out your website. I saw that 4 new strands are going to be released in a matter of time. Are you able to give us like a little sneak peek, a little tease about what one of those strands might be?
Well, we've been coming out with a lot of different, strains and stuff for it to have people can have more things to choose from, not just these certain things. So it's not only the strands, but, products like bath bombs. Because one thing I've noticed is not everybody smokes. And the CBD is really, it's not meant for you to get mentally high and like, where you're thinking 1,000 things or laughing so much. It's really more for, medicinal purposes as pain, your appetite, sleep deprivation, anxiety, things like that. So, for the people who don't smoke, we're coming out with a lot of bath bombs, lip scrubs, and different strains too. We have pre-rolls, keef blunts, keef joints, pre-roll joints, right? Hash, keef,
all that.
But the Jazzy CBD has the highest potency of CBD. Most CBD strands are like 12 and 13% CBD. The Jazzy is 21, about 20, 21% CBD. So it's pretty high in its content.
Yeah, that's dope.
Sound like some good shit.
Yeah.
It sound like you have you there.
I don't never miss a meal.
So with all these tragedies going on in the world right now, people can't even go to bars no more. You got people pulling up, shooting, because they all in their feelings about whatever. How you feel about that? Like, is it tough for you when you go out, worrying about something might pop off?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I just feel like you always got to, keep your eyes on your back, especially like if there's people watching you and people know who you are. I'm just kind of, maybe I'm a paranoid person, but I'm always thinking about stuff like that because you never really know what can happen.
Yeah.
Being a pretty girl or, just a girl, period. You can go anywhere and you don't know what can happen to you. So I'm always keeping a lookout and stuff. And I just think that even if it wasn't today's time, I think you should always be like that because you don't never know. And it's like I said before, you can have like people who's preying on your downfall. So me, I try to keep, a lot of my life personal and stuff because if it has to do with family, whatever, anything, like when people start thinking, it creates, because that's where things start from. It comes from a thought. So, if they already starting to have with negative thoughts about you, that's bringing on negative energy. And I prefer not to keep that around.
That's what's up. So, with the whole Bill Cosby thing, it's obviously he was dealing with, attractive women and all that. And I'm sure as, you built your career, you've run into dudes that probably got out of line and all that. Was it hard for you building your career up until this point? Like, I'm sure nobody slipped nothing in your drink or nothing, obviously, like Cosby was doing.
How do we know? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I hope.
we really don't know.
Nobody thought Bill Cosby was doing no shit like that.
True.
Like, that's the last person
nobody thought he was lacing pudding pops and all that, but has there been a time where you had to, like, put a dude in check because, you was trying to be serious about your money, building your career, and they over here with these other intentions and shit, and you just had to, like, put a nigga in his place?
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't even have to think hard about it, because it's so many, men out there who just really don't think with their heads sometimes. They think with their other thing,
Scumbags, huh?
Yeah. And I think that, and I think for myself, like, okay, if I wasn't a girl who was, like, tough and, experienced, what about other girls who are not like that? They probably just, give in to somebody, being, pushy or forcing themselves on you, because, I've definitely had to put people on check. Like, it's not that type of party, like, get off or something like that. But it's not easy to stand up for yourself, especially when it's somebody that maybe you want to be like. Imagine, you hanging around Bill Cosby or whatever, and you're like aspiring to be something like that. Or Weinstein, is that the name?
Harvey Weinstein. Yeah.
Imagine, you're an aspiring actress and you have this, power person. Like, I can imagine that there's so many girls out there afraid to stand up for themselves because they want to go to the next level, or they don't want to look frowned upon as a liar or something, because who's gonna believe this, nobody, quote unquote, against this person, this very powerful person. A perfect example is we have a president who walk around and say, oh, grab her by the pussy. Like, so many people, I can imagine how many girls didn't stand up for themselves.
Ain't it a trip how he's so blunt with the disrespect, but then if a reporter asks him a regular ass question, He be acting so just terrified, like, oh, you're so dumb and all this other shit. But it's like, nigga, you disrespect everybody, male, female, kids, all that shit.
Yo, Trump in there like acting like a nigga.
He's crazy.
He HNIC.
He's crazy.
I was like, that nigga crazy though.
All right, that's enough. Sit down.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Yeah, I said that's enough.
I don't even like you that much either. I was like, yo, this nigga here. Like, yo, I'm the motherfucking boss. Shut the fuck up. Talk when I say talk. I'm like, yo, this nigga, Obama couldn't do no shit like that. Probably they'd have fucking carried that nigga all the way out the White House. The building that, Trump and that motherfucker thugging though.
He don't give a fuck.
Yo, that nigga thugging though. He like doing shit like we wish we could do. Like,
Right.
you like, damn, nigga, like, yo, the nigga thugging though.
Yeah.
Thugging.
You know, I'm definitely not a Trump supporter, but some of them interviews when this nigga get out of line be kind of funny. Though.
He's a real boss though.
Like
Like,
this shit from
he's
the
a
other
real
day was
character.
comedy.
he be
though.
bossing up though. Like, yo, I'm the president. Shut the fuck up. He like, yo, I would say some shit like that too if I was president, even though it would last long.
That should be like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
They be
I'd
like,
be
get
like-
Stevie ass.
That'd be like the fastest president in the motherfucker.
Get that nigga skateboard, give him the
Yo,
fuck
I'll
out
be
of here.
indicted. I'll be impeached quick, same day. Like, yo, this nigga the fuck up out of here. This nigga wild, yo. Nigga, fuck it. But yo, even though I don't agree with the nigga Trump, I still kind of low key like, I be like looking at that nigga like, damn, yo, he inspiring though to be like a real boss though, like for real.
Oh no, man.
I don't know about that.
Listen, I'm not saying he the boss of the United States, no matter if we like that shit or not.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like it is what it is.
Mhm.
But to be like a boss, that nigga made it from wherever he was to actually be the president of the United States. Like
Yeah.
that ain't no easy shit. I'm not saying I agree with the nigga, but as
feel
far as like a boss and making boss moves
Mhm.
and still thugging, yo,
Yeah.
that nigga's like, wow.
I really
looking at that.
question the gangster of a lot of
He's a
these
gangster.
of these rappers though. Like they be
Rappers.
so quick. Nah, I'm just saying like
Mhm.
because when you was coming up in the 90s, motherfuckers had that political rap. And like if it was some shit like this going on, you'd have had like Ice Cube, you'd have had Public Enemy, and all them niggas really addressing that shit on the whole album. You get these silly motherfuckers act like they depressed, but they go hop into a fucking Bentley, but they ain't making songs addressing somebody like Trump disrespecting like Latinos and shit. Like, for instance, Tekashi talk all this shit about everybody else, but he over here shitting on your race. And you ain't said not one fucking thing. Like, to me, that's some whole shit right there. Fuck all that beefing with YG. Like, neither one of y'all niggas gonna do nothing.
Well,
It's
you know,
WWF.
It's the,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the,
rap.
it's
Well,
the
you-
I agree with
distractions.
that.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
If you really want to get into it, it's the distractions that they need for them to install their policies.
True.
So nobody paying attention. So you rather have everybody watch whatever Tekashi got going on than to really see what the fuck these niggas is doing behind
Yeah.
closed doors. So
True.
I mean, that shit get deep. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like, look, the nigga's a boss. The fuck, nigga bossing up. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, who the fuck else gonna thug it the fuck out? Like, I don't see him getting impeached no time soon. So it's like, damn, yo.
Yeah, I don't see it happening, man.
You know, I don't think he gonna get impeached.
Nah, man. How do you
I
feel?
think he
How do you
is.
feel when
I
he
don't think so,
disrespected the Latin community?
But about him being impeached and stuff, yeah, I don't see it happening because, you know,
He got a lot of
not
people
enough.
support him.
Exactly. His fan base is very strong.
Hell yeah.
And they're like diehard, you know, supporters. And, you know, it shames me that, you know, our race and our culture doesn't stand up for that to get somebody out, you know? But sometimes it and that's with any aspect in life. Sometimes it takes, you know, going through some bumpy roads for you to make better changes. And then back to what you said before about you know, what they rap about or whatever today. That's something I think about a lot, you know, in the Tupac times and stuff, you know, Lauryn Hill days, like they was talking about real things that people was going through, you know, and now it's so much like about, you know,
Bullshit.
fake beef and, you know, popping pills or whatever, getting high all the time. But, you know, there's not really any real feelings inside of there. So,
I mean, I think Jay-Z and them kind of do like a good enough subliminal job of black excellence.
Yeah.
Without making it too loud, saying like "fuck Donald Trump." Like everybody knows "fuck Trump," but at this stage in our history and how far we came as African Americans, Latinos, just being minorities, like yo, we papered up, yo, we bossed up too. Like so, you gotta act that way. You know what I'm saying? You gotta play the game to change the game. And if you don't know how to actually be a real boss, then you ain't one. You understand what I'm saying? Like for real, you gotta make those moves to make a change. And if the niggas ain't saying nothing about it, then I mean, somebody got to speak up. And if you got to speak to your culture in a way where it's subliminal and you don't fuck up your paper, like it just pay attention. A lot of motherfuckers ain't paying attention. They ain't informed. Like, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. You can't tell our entertainers what to say out their mouth when those type of niggas is getting they checks cut from the man. You know what I mean? They can only say but so much. But when you can spit it a subliminal way and kind of empower people, I think that's what a lot of people are on. LeBron, Jay-Z, Beyonce, like just that power unit as a family to reflect like how strong we could be if you ain't on that bullshit. Yeah.
Now, like for the most of us in here growing up, you know, the rappers that we heard were like the Pacs, the Biggies, Ice Cube and all that. So us being older, we look at stuff from a deeper perspective. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now imagine 15, 20 years from now, these young niggas is going to be in their late 20s, early 30s. The niggas that they going to be looking back at is this Tekashi bullshit.
Yeah.
So just imagine how fucked up it's going to be then.
No, you got Kendrick, you got J. Cole.
Yeah, but they ain't really like... I mean, they
we don't have enough of them.
Yeah, there's not enough of that.
We don't have enough of them. Yeah,
and they always go like Kendrick doesn't. To me, he don't look like a soft nigga, but J. Cole looks like a soft nigga. Like he looks like a soft nigga, like a I'll be sure type soft nigga. Like from back in the day. Like I'm looking at the nigga like you're not a nigga. I'm gonna look at like for instance, if we was all going clubbing and some shit popped off, I know me and you gonna get down with niggas. I feel like J. Cole gonna take a step back, grab the mic, and say, "Everybody, calm down." That's the type of nigga he look like.
He look like,
he
look like that, but that nigga might fuck around and pop off.
I don't know, nigga.
I don't know.
He look like, every time I see a nigga, he look like he ready to make a layup. He got some basketball shit on. You know what I'm saying? The nigga ready to shoot a jump shot or some shit.
Hey, you never lied. Why was that so accurate?
The nigga always got some basketball shorts on. Like, nigga, what are you doing going to PE, nigga?
I'm a corporate nigga, so I'm going to explain something. The times now, it ain't about being a hard body nigga.
True.
So at the end of the day, like, I'm a parent. You know what I mean? I come from keeping it real. I done smacked up niggas and I did the whole 9. But as a parent, I don't really want my kids listening to that shit.
The old shit or the new shit?
Well, I play the old shit in the car. Like I play Wu-Tang, like Raekwon, like the shit I like, or the old stations or whatever. But when it comes to the information that's being put in my kids, and if I'm responsible for introducing the Little Pump and Kanye West song to my kids, and then they fuck around and get it. And we went over this.
With
shit.
the you
like,
porn shit.
That's
like
real.
I have to be like a parent. So in corporate meetings, it's safer to fuck with a J. Cole than it would be to a Tekashi 6ix9ine. Even though the Tekashi 6ix9ine shit would have been dope back in the day, like because you know it was just dope. But it's safer. It's a safer bet for more of a like a positive.
Now, do the younger kids like J. Cole though? Like,
well, my kids like the white rapper. What's his name? Not he mixed. What's the nigga name?
Logic.
Logic.
My son loves Logic. See, my son, he's super smart and dope and cool, but he's one of those kids that like that he wants the information. Like he likes he's positive. He's a positive kid.
Yeah, but that's from your influence though.
Yeah, because I grew up as a negative motherfucking kid. You know what I mean? I grew up a fucking bad piece of shit. Like hella resentment and fucking problems. I was broken. You feel me? I had issues. You feel me? But my son can't really. His little issues probably be like, you know what I mean? What he didn't get or something. None of that shit though. Like I already knew I wasn't getting shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but I'm just saying like. If I want my kids to be those next kids in the future, like we all would, then it starts with the music that they listen to. Straight up. Yeah, straight up. And I don't play that bullshit in the car no more.
Yeah.
Like,
so what you listening to when you riding in that S550?
You know, lately I've been listening to the Ariana Grande album.
Okay.
You know, I rock with her hard.
That's
like
dope.
I love. She's got an amazing voice.
Amazing. I love her vocals.
She's a crazy performer. Who else came out with something, some new stuff lately? I mean, you know, of course I listen to whatever is going on in the mainstream. You know, the Migos drop something, I'm listening to it.
Take off album. You hear it?
You know, I started to listen to it, but I haven't listened to the whole thing.
Yeah.
But you know, I rock with all three of them. I think all three of them are great artists. You know.
Yeah, I got a chance to listen to the Take Off shit when I drove back.
Yeah.
I listen to that shit front to back. That shit hitting, yo. It's nice, yo.
Is it better than was it Quavo?
Mm-hmm. I think so. My personal opinion. Some people may say no, but I think that his concepts is dope. You could tell he like the backbone of the group though. He's dope though. The production, his wordplay. He got different flows. He ain't really like the mumble nigga on the album. It's dope. I'm like, I was surprised.
I'm gonna check it out.
I
Yeah.
know I gotta check
I
that
support
out
it though. I
too.
ain't gonna front, like, you know what I mean? I'm a fan of music, so I like the Migos a lot, and I think that Takeoff get outshined, but I knew when he dropped something, his shit was gonna be like a gem. He got some bars in there though. Like, they not the strongest bars, but
There's some
the flow,
bars.
yeah. I mean, shit, they the biggest group in the fucking world right now. Like, that's good for hip hop, yo.
So you got music and you got the stuff within the weed industry and everything. We're gonna see you in any movies in the future, anything like that?
You active?
I'm speaking the future into existence. Yes, you will.
That's right. That's right. That's as you
Star and
should.
roll out this motherfucker.
Yeah. Y'all heard it here first.
No doubt,
what I mean?
no doubt. I'm glad Jazz came on the radio show though, yo. She a winner, yo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
she
for
hustled
having
up
me.
on
I
it,
appreciate
for
it.
sure.
It was good vibes, good energy here.
No doubt.
I enjoy it.
Definitely. You know, you gotta speak things into existence. I'm pretty sure you're gonna keep hustling, staying in your bag
Speak
and
me up a
everything.
bit.
Right.
Right?
A red one.
A red one.
TV gonna get a Bentley.
There we go.
A red one is coming.
Tomorrow, you're gonna see me pull up, nigga. Check my gram, nigga. Check my gram. Shit.
Well, go ahead and tell everybody where we can find you out on social media, and tell us about your song again and where we can find that as well.
Yeah, so you already know the name. If you don't, it's Jasmin Cadavid. If you're not following me already, please do. It's at Jasmin Cadavid, JasminCadavid. The Jazzy CBD, Jazzy Rolling Papers. And you can get my single anywhere, Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Strike a Pose, Jasmin Cadavid.
Early.
And there you have
Laya.
it. So you listen to the Fixx on Dash Talk X. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with the second hour. To hear the second hour, you got to download that Fixx app. We'll be back after this break.
Yeah.
Cheers.